Let's solve the inequality x times the quantity x minus 5 is less than or equal to 6. Now, when you recognize this as an inequality, first, hopefully you think, I need to simplify this left side, right? Having a variable times a quantity is not really going to be helpful. So if I distribute my x, I get x squared minus 5x is less than or equal to 6. Now, at this point, I've recognized that I have a quadratic inequality. Anytime I'm solving a quadratic, whether it's an equation or an inequality, good place to start is we want it to equal 0, right? If we have the right side as a 0, then we can do a lot of different things with it. So the next step I'm going to do is to subtract 6 from both sides. So I have x squared minus 5x minus 6 is less than or equal to 0. So now that I have a quadratic expression compared to 0 as an inequality, I know that anything bigger than linear, I need to think about intervals, and I need to think about a number line. Well, in order to do a number line, I have to have kind of checkpoints on the number line. So when I'm looking at this quadratic expression and comparing it to 0, I can think about the zero product property. If I factor this, I get x minus 6 times x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. In order for one of these to be 0, I know that either x minus 6 is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. Therefore, I have x equals 6 or x equals negative 1. These are the values that will go to my number line. And now I have 3 potential intervals. So interval A would be from negative infinity to negative 1. I have interval B, which would be negative 1 to 6. And I have interval C, which would be 6 to positive infinity. And I need to figure out which one of these, or 2 of these, or however many of these are going to work. So if we think about this, we say, okay, we are going to try values in these different intervals. So in my interval A, I need something less than negative 1. So I'm going to try negative 2. If I plug negative 2 in for x, I get negative 8 times negative 1, which is a positive 8. Well, I need this to be less than or equal to 0. 8 is not less than or equal to 0, so this first interval does not work. In my next interval, interval B, something between negative 1 and 6, I'm going to try 0. If I plug 0 in for x, I get negative 6 times 1, which is negative 6. Negative 6 is less than 0, so this one is good. And then my last one, I'm going to try 7 because it's bigger than 6. So if I plug 7 in for x, I get 1 times 8, which is positive 8. Positive 8 is not less than 0, so that doesn't work. And therefore, my answer is the interval of negative 1 to 6. Notice there are brackets because of the equal sign. And that would be my answer in how I'm solving this quadratic inequality.